Sharks go against Wake Forest on Super Bowl Sunday. Good afternoon. Ball down low. Moving with it there is Alvin Robertson, a very quick swing player. He usually starts in the backcourt, playing up front today. Down low to Klein. Reject by Anthony Tichy. Klein gets it back and muscles his way in.
Very patient offense by Arkansas that time. Their offensive boards very hard. Early in the game, Wake Forest opening in a man-to-man defense also.
Delaney Rudd, very fast player, breaking off the baseline, comes out, takes the pass, and without putting the ball on the floor, goes up for the good shot to make it a 3-2 game. Delaney Rudd, next up as Arkansas stays in the man defense. Tichy comes out high a lot, takes Klein away from the defensive board. They don't need any defensive boards here. The ball goes down.
Key matchup.
A lot of switching in that Razorback man-to-man defense. They double over the ball. Here's a steal by Ricky Young. Going down 2-on-2 off to the right side is Klein. Young takes it himself. Norton in the ball is swept off the defensive board. Rogers up court to Young. Down to John Tom. An easy basket for the Demon Deacons as they open up their biggest lead 7-2.
And that's the way Wake Forest would like to play this game. They generate about 30.
It's up the offense. Here's Danny Young looking low. Goes down to Toms.
There's that matchup down low again. Tom's got a little bit of a height advantage inside. Wake.
Danny Young almost stole it. Darrell Walker comes up with the ball. Walker with a great assist down low. Feeds it inside to Alvin Robertson. It's a 9-6 game.
That's why he's such a valuable player. There's John Toms going to the basket. He's called for the offensive foul, but I believe the signal, Don, was the basket is good. They pushed the ball up the floor the other way, and they got an easy 2 at the other end.
11-6 is the count as Darrell Walker goes high and puts in a line drive bank shot. Now down to the other end, Delaney Rudd releases early. Too much on the ball. It's out of bounds. They'll do that often, though.
They'll look for
Flaherty, Denny Bishop, and Richard Patero. Down low, Alvin Robertson goes back door in a well-executed play by the Arkansas Razorback. Goes to Danny Young. Cuts something off, but then Danny Young pulls back and hits the fall-away jump shot to give Wake a 3-point lead.
Typical Danny Young play. He'll make the penetration. He's looking to pass so much.
Wake Forest #1 strong suit is defense. Right now in a switching defense, they go back to the zone and off the defensive board. The ball is taken away from Toms by Alvin Robertson. And Arkansas again is back to within a point.
Alvin Robertson had 49 steals.
Karasik, another freshman in the game. And here's Kenny Green. 3 freshmen on the floor for Wake Forest, and Kenny Green, one of them, hits the bucket.
And Kenny Green is one of the cool freshmen in the country. He's a good scorer. He's not afraid to take the ball inside and make something happen. Darrell Walker lost the ball under the Wake Forest pressure.
Tony Karasik, a freshman on Wake Forest also. Wake goes into the full court pressure. Willie Cutts brings it with the pass up to Alvin Robertson, feeding off to Klein. No question about that, and Klein going to the basket was also fouled on the play. And he's as big as an offensive tackle.
And that brings coaches.
Arkansas switches nicely on defense. Here's Klein sweeping in with another defensive board. Here come the Razorbacks on the run as freshman Willie Cutts leads the break. The Wake Forest gets 5 men back. Cutts drives low, goes to Klein. Doubling up on him. Klein goes up with an excellent move. He lost Elvis Rogers with the fake and then put it up on the second one to go. Ricky Norton loses his man with a fake. Too much on the shot though, and here comes the break for Wake Forest. Scotty Davis. Good switch hand dribble, goes down low and gives it off to Tichy, who guns it over to Delaney Rudd off the basket.
That's the semi-fast basketball that Wake Forest likes to play. They push it up the floor, search the defense out. That time Delaney Rudd was open.
Yeah, these are 2 good-looking basketball teams.
Just like we expected, a great game and 2 fine teams.
Alvin Robertson sees the defense slough off a little bit to collapse inside, and he bangs Davis. They like his control for a freshman. Puts up an unusual rotation on his shot, spinning sideways and down to Klein once again at the defensive end.
Klein grabs those rebounds like his name is on the ball. He really wants it.
Again, Robertson is left open, and Alvin Robertson must be pleasing Eddie Sutton. I don't know if Sutton wants to lead Wake by 1. John Toms, he's been hot. Here's again. Leading scorer in the basketball game.
The ball out of Rogers' hand. A lot of pressure on the ball.
They really moved that ball around. And that time they get it outside with a shot that's good, and Young now has 4 points for Wake Forest, and the Demon Deacons
They just don't want to take that shot, but when you got a shooter like Danny Young, you don't mind it.
Casey puts on a clinic, though, doesn't he, with all these defensive fascinating to watch his team. A transition game to the defensive end. You never know what they're going to show. And now the shot by Walker, and it's a 27-26 game.
In the man defense.
Coach Iba's #1 concept of basketball, defense and man-to-man. Kenny Green, the freshman, sticks down a high percentage shot. Both teams hitting 55% from the field. Wake Forest again regains the lead with a 20. Snively for Robertson. He's been hot. Here's Darrell Walker. Tom's defending against him, looping it down low to Klein against the double team. Joe Klein gets some more. 13 points for Klein, and again the lead changes. Arkansas goes up by 1. Back to the other end, and Wake Forest is a 1-point leader off the shot by John Tom.
Great move by Tom's. Wake.
3:59 to go in the first half. Darrell Walker looking at Klein. Tichy fronting him. Walker. Underneath pass to Robertson, a lead down court, 3-on-1. This is John Tom pulling up off the break, and he gets it down. And Wake Forest takes a 32-29 lead.
Good play by John Toms.
All-American Darrell Walker's been held to 6. He averages almost 18 a game. Here's Alvin Robertson. He's been a factor with 12 points now for the Razorbacks. Robertson came in averaging 11-4, so he's over the number. Danny Young takes the basket, saw the open lane, and he sprints today.
It's interesting. Tichy has 5 block shots already, but his man Klein has been able to get open. Here he is again.
But again, it's Tichy and Green inside. Look at this. Walker puts it up. Darrell Walker loses the big people with a head fake. He hit the on button. They went in the air, and then he got the shot down. Danny Young gets it up in transition that Jeff was talking about earlier. With a 2-point lead here at Greensboro. Here at halftime, we've gotten just what we expected. A right-on game. Arkansas 36, Wake Forest 36. We'll be back with a halftime and a report.
So well as they're getting those semi-fast break opportunities. He's beating his man up and down the floor.
There's the freshman you talked about, Kenny Green, Jeff, who is not afraid to put it up, and he does so again with success and gives Wake Forest a 38-36 lead to open the second half scoring.
Alvis Rogers did not have a good first half, only 1 point. Green is starting in his stead in the second half.
Boy, a good-looking play. That was Alvin Robertson, the junior, Barberton, Ohio, going baseline and whipping it up with 2 hands.
Defense is taking over. Both teams very aggressive. Neither team getting the ball to drop. Here's a Wake Forest fast break opportunity.
3-on-2. Danny Young lead down inside. Gets the ball into John Toms, who breaks the scoring for John in the second half. He gets his first points after intermission. Now has 19.
Nice pass to John Toms.
40-38. Wake Forest is in the lead. Klein ties the game for Arkansas going to the basket.
Good ball movement by Arkansas, but more importantly, that position again. Klein was right in a good position. Good play by Danny Young. Getting Klein off his feet. Tough shot, and it dropped.
42-40. Arkansas looking to tie the game. Valentine in the game puts it up, puts up a brick, but Joe Klein follows it in. Looks like it slipped off Valentine's hands, but it worked out well as Klein was there for the offensive board in the follow-up.
30 feet from the basket. A lot different than the first half. Credit the Arkansas defense for that.
Anthony Tichy, the big fella, sees an open shot. His coach gives him a green light. What he's got is slap back at him. They try to get it down low.
Against these two teams, you can't throw a careless pass. Nice move inside. Alvin Robertson laying it up with the left hand off the glass.
Beautifully done by Robertson. And a 13-game win streak. 44 all is the count. On the board here with Arkansas with the ball. Driving to the basket is Leroy Sutton, switching hands as he goes to the basket. Banks it in, the junior from South Bend, Indiana, who went south to Fayetteville. And it's a 46-44 game. Arkansas takes the lead.
Leroy Sutton shoots 68% from the field during the season. Alvis Rogers from outside. Wake gets it back. Delaney Rudd spins around the rim but drops.
Well done by Delaney Rudd, who's not big but knows position. Rudd gets inside at 6'1", the sophomore from Hollister, North Carolina. And the game is again tied at 46. Down low they go to Klein, and the big fella turns around and sticks it. And Klein gives Arkansas a 2-point advantage. Klein now with 20.
Got a little look at his outside shooting ability. That was a little 13-footer. Good rotation on the ball.
To the basket. basket and through the points as Carl Tacey's up and cheering the play of Elvis Rogers.
That's the way to get your offense started, a basket like that. Wake Forest defense, good pressure.
Tie game, and now we'll have a jump ball as Wake Arkansas 14. And there'll be plenty more as this defense, there's one right there. Valentine, lead pass. Roberts into the basket. And the biggest advantage now, the tie is broken again. It's 50-48. Switching man-to-man defense. Anthony Teachy with his second 18-foot shot in the second half.
Joe Klein was all over him, had hands in his face.
Watch this. Roberts into the basket. Blocking foul signaled against Arkansas with almost 18 a game. Karasik in the game, the freshman. They've put some people in now to give a blow to the big man Teachy. Karasik in now. Here come the Hogs on the run. 2 on 3. Wake with 3 men back. Darrell Walker takes it through anyway. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Klein. Back up. No good. And Klein working harder. Gets to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. No, they're going to. Eddie Sutton went right to the floor.
I don't think Eddie Sutton liked that call. He better watch out. He might get a technical. You see Klein stay after that ball, though, Joe. He kept after it, trying to get it back in the basket.
Coach Sutton gets a tee. Technical foul on the arc. Young has 11, Green has 6, Rudd has 8, and Teachy has 4. 54-53. Wake Forest in the lead as All-American Darrell Walker puts it up and down, and Arkansas takes the lead.
Carbon.
Young got his 3rd personal foul. Danny Young for Wake Forest. Arkansas is over the team limit with 7. 5 team fouls against Wake Forest. Deep outside, Delaney Rudd gets home a long. Inbounds to Klein. They double up right away. Actually triple up as Rudd also dropped back. Trying to keep Big Joe Klein from the basket. To the basket on the drive and putting it down with the left hand is Leroy Sutton.
Danny Young putting up 4 fingers. They were trying to run something very deliberate. There's Delaney Rudd. Excellent one-on-one basketball. He got a little screen. He had to loft it over Klein. Nothing but net.
Klein missed getting a piece of it by a quarter.
Forest has changed their defense. They'll go with a diamond and 1, a diamond and 2 they'll call it. They're boxing 1, basically principles on Walker and Robertson. The rest of the 3 other teammates are playing a diamond zone defense. Trying to keep the ball out of Walker and Robertson's hands. Their 2 leading scorers.
58 all. Arkansas might take it right down close to the gun. The Razorbacks contend. Eddie Sutton on his feet, calling out the play to Ricky Norton. Down low they go, and they get the shot. Well done by Darrell Walker as he gunned the ball inside to Elvin Robertson, who now has scored 21 points. Back the other way. Danny Young.
That's for your trouble.
If he can hit it, it'll be a 2-point lead for Arkansas. The Wake Forest fans aren't giving them any help, though. Tapped up and in by Elvin Robertson. Boy, he came out of the rafters. Elvin Robertson with 23 points. Came into the game averaging only 11-4. Forest with the ball and a 13-3 record to date. UCLA defeats Notre Dame 59-53. Off the glass, the big man Anthony Teachy makes it a 1-point game, and now the Wake Forest team in Deacon's press.
Anthony Teachy very seldom takes charge. Here's a 2-on-1 fast break.
And Joe Klein is called for a travel going to the basket with 37 seconds left to play. A turnover and problems early in the second half.
That time we got to look at the great athletic ability of Elvis Rogers, but he had to go to the line to do it, and he couldn't get him to drop.
Drove it. Rudd forced him out of it. Going to be awful tough to one of the officials. Tough to win in this building against Wake Forest. Norton, suddenly drops them both, and again, Wake Forest finds itself down by.
So Klein, or Ricky Norton, doesn't usually get the nod to start at guard, but he got it today, and he's earned his stripes down the stretch.
Biggest lead of the game for Arkansas, 67-63. Wake Forest coming down on the fly. Delaney Rudd to the basket. A 2-point game, 67-65. 3 seconds, and now we have a foul executed very quickly and very right. There it is. A 3-point lead, 68-65 down court. A shot by John Toms is no good. And Arkansas, with the most impressive win, takes the game today, winning over the home Wake Forest Demon Deacons 68-65. For Jeff Mullins, this is Don Crickey. NFL 82 Super Bowl is coming up, and we'll be back in a few minutes after these messages from your local station.